Good afternoon and welcome from Sepang for what is going to be a fascinating race. It's the Malaysia Grand Prix. We knew this was a track that suited the Mercedes well, but no one would have expected that Lewis Hamilton would have created such a gap to his rivals in qualifying. If he stays out of trouble and the car continues to perform, well, victory should surely be a formality.
He'll want to stay out of trouble over the first few laps, but he'll be determined not to let any cars past him. If he can maintain that position once everything's settled down, he'll have a massive advantage and be able to control the race.
How does Nico Rosberg go about finding the time he was lacking at the end of qualifying in today's race?
Well, he's got to stay within touching distance of the lead during the first stint and then look to capitalise as the car becomes lighter and the tyre degradation eases.
What's going on, guys? My name is Jake and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are here for my second episode of my F1 2015 career mode, and first off in this video I would just like to say rest in peace Jules Bianchi. And it was a very sad day. Obviously he was a fantastic driver, and I am making a video about him later this day, I think. But anyway, here we are for the Malaysian Grand Prix, and away we go. We get a real big tank slapper. And just say I am actually going to change. I'm either going to play on Legend or Expert. I'll change it for each track. Australia it was Legend, Malaysia it's Expert today. But it was a very good, interesting race as we're trying to go to the inside. We're trying to see the outside of Grosjean, and now it's pretty much a drag race between myself and Ricardo. And Ricardo, even though he's got Renault engine in the back of that Red Bull, which isn't that good this year. The Red Bull, it just really isn't good, but the Renault engine is terrible, and we now actually got the inside even though he's pulling away. Well, actually we tried to get the inside, but there wasn't just enough room. But now we are coming around this section, and I set up my car more for the corners, and that's how we are so quick through here. We tap Ricardo, and now I believe we're going to go the inside up into this corner, and we don't actually, but now we're in third gear and we make a fantastic move up the inside of Ricardo. And you'll see down the straights that we are very vulnerable, but in the corners we are so quick. So we gain in the corners but we lose on the straights as we nearly lose the back end there. But we are still in 5th place with Romain Grosjean now in 6th, and we are chasing, and you can see our teammate Kim Raikkonen is in 3rd. Ahead is Rosberg, then Hamilton, and then is Felipe Massa in 4th. And now comes this very tricky right hand up. We brake late and he actually tried to get the inside of Felipe Massa, and we get the pass done, but obviously Massa, I thought he was actually going to sit pretty close there, but nevertheless he doesn't, and we're up into 4th place. And just checking our fuel target, and we're on target for fuel at the moment. But of course it is only the first lap as we outbrake ourselves a bit, and Massa, I believe, is going to try and get the inside. He doesn't there, but now he is on the slipstream, and I believe he goes to the right hand side for the pass, and he's in a very quick Williams, obviously low drag setup, and the Mercedes engine just flies right past us with no DRS. We're coming up to the first corner. We are still around the outside, banging wheels. He's still there, and he's trying to hold it around the outside. We have the inside, but now he has the inside for this corner. But I believe we've got him, and yes, we have. We've got him for 4th place, and yeah, so up into 4th place. We now have Kim Raikkonen, our teammate, ahead of us. And we outbrake ourselves again and run into the grass, and Massa, it looks like he doesn't actually try to make a pass as we are so quick through here. And that is us up into 4th place from the Malaysian Grand Prix. And now as we're going on to lap 4, again down the straight we have Grosjean and Massa going to pass us, both with Mercedes engine. We sort of had nowhere to go there, so we tap Massa and then we tap Grosjean. And down straight, I believe we have DRS, and yes we do. Grosjean also has DRS, and Felipe Massa is just sitting duck. But Grosjean obviously is still pulling away with the Mercedes engine, and in with DRS we still can't keep up with him that much with our higher downforce setup. We nearly hit Grosjean, but Bottas gets past us, and then I believe Ricardo tries to have a go, but just can't have a go. Luckily, as we hold 7th place, so we dropped down from 4th to 7th. That was our highest position so far in this race, and you can see we're quite close behind Bottas. So we are keeping within touching distance, which obviously is good. Obviously, the last race we didn't have that good a race. We ended up finishing 13th. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. Obviously I just spotted the result, but you don't know how that happened. How that happened. We finished in 13th in a Ferrari as we tapped Boston, got the inside, and we are up into 6th place. But yeah, it was weird last time. I guess we had a sort of glitch. So go and check out episode 1 if you haven't seen that already. I recommend you go and check it out. And now we are here in Malaysia, and obviously we are running 6th place on lap 5, and we are keeping him within touching distance of Grosjean. Master is pulling away a bit, and as we go up into the rich mix now, and we got the inside here up to Grosjean again in this tricky right-hander, and we get the pass done, I believe. And now as we open the DRS, and Massa again pulls away. He doesn't know DRS yet. We do, and he's pulling away. But that Mercedes engine and the Williams are low drag anyway, so you can really expect that. But you see in the corners we really close up, and we always seem to run wide at the final corner. And we don't have DRS this time as we're not close enough to Massa. But Grosjean is definitely close enough to us. He flies past us. It was so easy, and Bottas as well. And now coming into the first corner, we so nearly hit Grosjean here last time, but we're going around the outside of Bottas, which gives us the inside line for the second corner. But Bottas has the inside line, but he backs out of it, and so we're up into 6th place. And honestly, now we switch on to, now we choose to go on to the prime tyres on our first pit stop, which I believe is lap 9. And obviously we're sticking quite close to Grosjean, and we're 3 places behind Raikkonen, as we were just told there. But yeah, it's already been 6 minutes into the video, and it's already been a fantastic race, and it's only lap 6 as well. And now we are very close to Grosjean. Obviously this has been our stomping ground all weekend, sector 2, right through here, because of the grip we have and the speed we can carry through there with our higher downforce setup. Obviously it's mainly about straights. We've got the inside of Grosjean now, and we get the pass done. And it's a back end, but we nevertheless, and Grosjean actually gets back past us. And the AI in this game are just so good. They're so competitive, and it's just really good to see and really fun to drive. And our engine is actually wearing a bit thin, as it says it's showing some signs of wear. But we're not going to worry about that. We are just going to carry on anyway. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying now. But now we have the DRS, and again Bottas is getting past us, and obviously straights is mainly what this game is about. As we go down up the inside of Bottas now, and we get the pass done, and I believe, and no, we don't. Bottas holds it around the outside, and he's got us. Bottas has got us. But straight line speed is mainly one thing that you need around here, and we are lacking that more than any other car. Even the Red Bull with the Renault engine is passing us. And now we got the inside, and we slightly sort of outbrake ourselves. And Nazar is now up into 8th, but he can't get past us. And now we are up in 7th. Now we maintain 7th place. Well, we've regained 7th place from Daniel Ricciardo. Again, it's lap 7. We're still having such a good race. And obviously in the corners again, we are keeping in touching distance with Bottas. And now as we go on to the end of lap 7, actually, we have the DRS on Bottas, but I don't know if we'll be able to catch him, as we have 3/4 left of our fuel, and we are currently going through the final corner, and we again run wide for probably the 7th time this race. And obviously Nazar with the Ferrari engine, but he is in a Sauber, which isn't as fast as Ferrari. But again, because of our high downforce setup, Nazar just flies past us with the DRS, thanks to that being thanks to his straight line speed. And we actually look at an instant replay as Bottas was attempting to make a pass on, I believe it was Grosjean. Yes, it was. And Bottas is making a pass on Grosjean here, and look how easy that is for Bottas, as Grosjean is just sitting duck. And now I believe we are going to look onto Nazar's view and see him pass me, and then see me go up the inside of him. And yes, we are. Now here's Nazar on board, and you can see we're in front of him at the moment. Obviously we pulled to the left to get better, to stay on the racing line, and Nazar, he just flies right past us. But I believe into the first corner, if you look at the right, in the right mirror, you can see us. And then just there, right now, you can see our front wing. And now we are going to go back onto, and obviously we get past Nazar, and then Nazar gets past us, we hit Ricciardo, and Nazar is ahead of us. Nazar's actually got us. And we decided to box that 8 instead and go on to the prime tyres, because I was thinking, right, we've got nothing to lose, so if we go on to prime tyres in the middle stint, then we can have a fairly, I was hoping, quiet middle stint, and then we can just go full out, just flat out push like hell, taking no prisoners on in the final stint of the race on the faster tyre, and see what we can do. And I think Ricciardo's engine might be wearing a bit thin here as well. Obviously he's in the Renault engine. Obviously he's using the Renault power in Red Bull, but I don't know if his engine is running a bit thin. I would hope that it is. So obviously we can stay ahead, but obviously we should be staying ahead. And we're in a better built car this year, and obviously just a better package overall with the better engine. But anyway, we're in 8th place, and lap 8 we decided to pit, but we are still trying to chase down Nasser at this point, even though we already know we're pitting this lap. And we are still very close to Nasser, and I think we might have the DRS as Rosberg is leading, and we lose the back end. God, that's so close. We do get the DRS, but Ricciardo passes us, so we just lose the back end like hell. That was, oh my god, with no traction control, that was, oh Jesus Christ, that was not pleasant. But anyway, we're coming to the pits this lap, and second gear, and obviously into the pits and into the lean mix, which I kind of forget to do sometimes because you can't change it while you're in the pits now. But now we are dropping down. We're in the pit lane, and I'm hoping for a good stop from Ferrari. I hope they don't sort of hesitate to service me, as Bottas has actually pitted on that bait as well. And here are the pit box, and they've actually hesitated, which is not what I wanted. So that could have been a 2-second pit stop. It's a 3.9 second pit stop, and Verstappen is in this lap as well. And he's actually queuing behind Sainz, so Sainz came in as well. So yeah, Toro Rosso double stacking. They didn't get Sainz serviced and out in time, so I think it might miscalculate that a bit, or Sainz needed a front wing change or something, or Verstappen or something like that. But yeah, we have Will Stevens ahead of us in 16th, but he shouldn't be too easy. He shouldn't be too hard to pass in that Man and Marussia car, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, again, obviously the Man and Marussia that Jules Bianchi drove when it was just Marussia, and he sadly passed away. Again, I'm saying this, he sadly passed away on the 18th of July 2015 at 25 years old. Nobody should be dying at that age, but unfortunately people do. His injuries were just so severe, as we obviously all know. But back to this race, we're in 17th, and lap 9 with Carlos Sainz Jr. behind us. I'll just call him Sainz actually, probably, it's just easier. And Will Stevens is ahead of us in the Man and Marussia, and we are 1.6 seconds behind, but we should easily catch that. It was much further ahead of us at the start of this stint after we made our pit stop. I think Stevens has got to make his pit stop, but look how close we are now. There's no doubt that we have the DRS, and we should be able to easy pass him. Obviously he's using the Ferrari engine, but we are in a much faster car, as the Manor is the slowest car in this game, which it is in real life. And look at that, we just breeze past him, but then come up into the hairpin in the final corner. We outbrake ourselves, and Stevens gets the inside line back up, and he's right to do that. He is obviously fighting for position, as we have yellow flags, so I backed off a bit, but now I'm back to green flag racing, and sometimes coming out the pits, and we also got the inside. And again, he's still holding it around the outside, but we have the inside line, and we get the pass done as it is a manner. And now ahead of us we have Daniel Ricciardo, and I think his engine was running a bit thin. I don't know if it still is now, but mine definitely isn't. Well, at least I hope it isn't, and I hope Ricciardo's is, because we obviously want to finish as high up as possible. We want to be winning races. Obviously Ferrari, we targeted 2 wins this season, in real life anyway, but they've targeted 2 wins in real life, and we have none as of yet, and Raikkonen is finished 3rd last race. But we'll have to wait and see what we can do this race. But now we are really close behind Ricciardo, and we are. And at this point, I was thinking about making a move soon, but you know, we had to stay patient as we tap Ricciardo. We actually go around the outside, and we actually end up going around the outside there. And Ricciardo, he's holding it, and he is ahead of us. But you know, sometimes you do need to hold back, because you can't. Well, as we go up the inside of Grosjean, not Grosjean, Ricciardo here, and that isn't the pass done. Ricciardo holds it, but obviously we need to hold back. That's what you need to do, is game, be patient, figure out where you can make the move, and sometimes you can analyse where their strong points and their weak points are. As we got the inside of Ricciardo now as he leaves the door open. Again, outbraking ourselves into that corner. I think we should have the position, and we don't have the DRS, but Ricciardo, I believe we have the position now. But obviously you need to be a bit more patient this time around on this game, and you can analyse where the weak points and strong points are depending on how long you are behind them for, and then you can make the pass when you feel it is the correct time to do so. But lap 11 we're up into lap 8, and now Ricciardo should run us as we collect the bollard, and Ricciardo is going to go up the inside. He's not going to look around the outside. That wouldn't be very smart, and he actually sticks behind us for some reason. So he might be waiting and thinking where he can make the pass. He obviously can't make the pass here unless we make a massive mistake, which I'm hoping we don't do. And obviously this has been my strongest point around the whole track on the weekend, the second sector. And Ricciardo obviously, again, as I said, doesn't make a pass there. That would be pretty stupid to do so, as now we are going on to the end of lap 11, and Ricciardo is actually going for a pass us now. And as we got the inside, as we hold it around the outside, but Ricciardo gets better traction on the inside line, and we have the DRS. But obviously, again, this is obviously we're on the prime tyre, and we are in a fantastic battle with Ricciardo, who's on the option tyre. But yeah, this is a fantastic ding-dong battle here, as we actually make a mistake. But nevertheless, we are up into 8th place, and all 20 cars are still running as it was on lap 12 in Malaysia. And we have Nazar ahead of us, I think by probably 9 seconds, as we check as we inform our pit window, see him when our pit windows. Oh god, we run wide, and we're going to fit options at stop soon as Ricciardo gets past us, and we actually chose to box that lap, but we actually don't box this. That was a mistake. But Ricciardo's engine there gives up the ghost, and we get past him, but he's still trying to go, and now he's pulling off the track. And I did actually look very clear to see if we could go on board with Ricciardo as the time his engine gave up on him, but we couldn't, which was a bit unfortunate. But yeah, obviously his engine gave up on him, and now it's 8. And now as we go on to lap 16, there's only 18 people in this race, and we have Jensen Button very close behind in the McLaren Honda passing us. So a Honda power unit passing us. Honda power unit passing a Ferrari power unit car. How is that possible? But anyway, we're battling with Jensen Button, and he actually gets past us. Wow. McLaren Honda passing a Ferrari. Never thought I'd say that in this game. But nevertheless, we are now going up the inside again pretty easily. But we make a mistake. But that McLaren Honda is actually built very good aerodynamically. And the car is very good. The only problem we've got is the engine. But yeah, we are very close to Jensen Button as we tap him. And obviously as I said, we have day 1 patch with, obviously we've already seen the runners, and now we can see the new McLaren Honda livery. Obviously, thanks to that day 1 patch, and now as we're going to go up the inside second gear, and he actually darts out of the way after I think, which is pretty good, which is what we need. And Rosberg, and we just told Rosberg is leading the race, but right now we are in 8th place out of 18 people, and we still have Nazar ahead of us, and we should be able to pass him pretty soon. Well, we should be able to catch him up pretty soon, hopefully. I think I'm pitting lap 19, and then that should leave us with about 9-10 laps. With about 9 laps on the options, and that is when we will just go flat out, and that is when we will go absolutely flat out and just gun it, just absolutely gun it, take no prisoners. As Button again goes up the inside. How was he doing this in McLaren Honda? Attacking a Ferrari in McLaren Honda. But now as we actually go on to lap 19, obviously we are in 5th place. I believe Button has pitted, or we just haven't pitted, or we haven't pitted for our second down 5 pit stop yet. But we are this lap, and obviously we have Massa ahead of us and Bottas behind us, so we're in a Williams sandwich. And we're coming into the pits, and hopefully this time Ferrari won't hesitate like they did last time. So we can just have a very quick and slick, easy pit stop to yeah, try and catch who is it? So we can try and catch Felipe Nasr, and we do have a quick pit stop, a 2.3 second pit stop, I believe that is. So yeah, that's pretty good. A 2.3 second pit stop. We were in the pit lane for 24.9 seconds. actually make a mistake across the white line, but we'll see no penalty for some reason. Yellow flag and green flag, and now this is where we are just going to all out, go absolutely hammer time at this point. As Sebastian Vettel, we're going to go hammer time in the rich mix, taking no prisoners, just really pushing, as we want to get 7th place from Felipe Nasr. Obviously we haven't scored any points, and now on up to 24 we have caught up to Felipe Nasr, and we got the inside, and that should be 7th place confirmed from here on in, as Nasr is obviously on lower, is obviously we are on lower fuel on the faster tyre, and we are in a better car, but Nasr on the prime tyre and in a just generally a fast worse car. And Grosjean is 10 seconds behind us, and I was thinking, yeah, we can. When we did actually start catching Grosjean by about, I think, 3 seconds a lap, but we were lapping as we actually ran out of fuel. But we were lapping when we were chasing down Felipe Nasr, we were catching him by a second. So we were a second faster than Nasr, and putting out 2 seconds on Jensen Button, who was behind us. So we were 2 seconds quicker than McLaren Honda, and a second quicker than Sauber Ferrari. But I will see when we get back to the results and standings.
The end of this weekend's Grand Prix, and it's Nico Rosberg who takes the victory and now leads the Drivers' World Championship.
It must be a great feeling for Nico to be sitting at the top of the table. He's always been a strong driver, but with this car, he has a great chance of finally winning the Drivers' World Championship title.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season.
So that is it for the Malaysian Grand Prix, guys.
Nico
Rosberg takes out the win from Lewis Hamilton after Hamilton off pole. My teammate Kim Raikkonen finishes in 3rd, then his two Williams in 4th and 5th. Grosjean in 6th, 7th is where I finished. Felipe Nasr behind us, and Jensen Button again scoring 2 points for McLaren Honda. And rounding out points positions is Nico Hulkenberg in Force India. And the 2 drivers not to finish were I know it was Daniel Ricciardo, and I believe it was also Fernando Alonso. No, it was Pastor Maldonado. No, it was Daniel Ricciardo, Pastor Maldonado. Trust Pastor Maldonado not to finish. But as we go on to the drivers' standings, I believe any second now. And still waiting. Here are drivers standing. Nico Rosberg now leads away from Valtteri Bottas. Obviously, Bottas winning the first race. Raikkonen, my teammate, remains in 3rd. Hamilton moves up to 4th after scoring his first point after finishing in 2nd place. Massa in 5th. Nasr in 6th. 7th is Grosjean. Kvyat is in 8th. I'm in 9th after scoring my first point this season. And Ferrari are in 3rd. 33 points off Mercedes, while Williams are in 2nd. 12 points off Mercedes. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, please give a big like, comment down below with your thoughts, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at F1Petrol, as always, links down in the description. And look in the description for partnership with Freedom, and I will see you next time.